Hi everyone, I thought it was time to do something a bit summery. You know me, I'm not a fan of summer, but that doesn't mean we can't do some fun summer colouring. Now this is a picture from, as you can see, Rita Berman's Meine Sommer Spaziergang, My Summer Walk. However, I purposely picked a picture from the book. Let me find it, here we go, which is also available in her compilation book where she has selected pictures from each of her season's books, which means that any of you that have got the compilation book can follow along as well. So we've got here a picture, a lovely sort of, I would call these baseball boots, I don't know, with some florals. I thought it looked lovely and summery. And I've grabbed my Black Widow pencils. Now I'm very lucky to have all sets of Black Widows, so we're going to mix them up and use all the sets together. I have this swatch chart which is available on my Ko-fi of them all in sort of colour order. It isn't perfect. There are a few ones which I'm like, ugh, I shouldn't have put them there, but there's always that whenever I make a chart. So I've done my best, and if you want to download this you can, it's free. I do have one split into sets as well, so if you don't like mixing them up, there's one with all the different sets as well, split, you know, so you've got your Monarch and your Dragon separate and that sort of thing. And I have got some comparison charts as well with these, so that if you don't have these sets, you can find an equivalent. I'm not sure which ones I've got so many I can't remember, but I will try and remember to link to it all in the description of the video. And if there's any you want that I haven't done, let me know. I have got a list of some that I'm supposed to be doing that I haven't done yet, but you know, we'll see. It's quite a mammoth task to do a comparison chart for these. There's so many of them, but anyway, that's fine. I can do them. It just takes a bit of time. So let's get going. Let's move the chart aside. I will need to refer to it a little bit. And where should we start? I think we might just start with this little group of florals here. Now this series is going to be a mixture. I'm going to put the light on actually. A mix of a few, quite a lot of shorter videos. So we're going to not rush, just take our time, gently colour, have some fun, have some nattering going on, of course, as always. I'm going to start with these long green stems. I might come in a little closer still, if I can. There we go. And we'll just start there. I'm going to go for the green grass. I've got to try and find all these pencils. I haven't used them in this case that that often, so it's just trying to get my head around it a little bit. So that might take me a little bit of time, but you will, I'm sure you'll forgive me, and it'll give you time to find yours too. So green grass, which is a scorpion one. Now in my video description, I usually list all the pencils that I use, which I will do. But trying to put down which tin they're from, you know, which set, might be a little bit too time consuming for me. So you might have to forgive me if I just write green grass and leave it up to you to sort of find it. We'll see how it goes. This one here. So what I'm doing here is just putting a little bit of extra layers of colour near the bottom. And then this, as we spread up our stem, we're going to be using more than one colour, as you may have guessed. So this is just our sort of start, really. There we go. Now I'm trying to figure out whether this stem here has got anything to do with these. It doesn't have to, does it? I think we'll just do these leaves. We might do that stem in a different colour. I'll decide as I go. If I accidentally colour over it, then it might just do it for us. Oh, it's a wet day again today. I'm quite cold, to be honest. Got long sleeves on. It's July. And I'm quite chilly, but that's I'm happy with that. I don't mind a bit of chilly weather. Now I'm going to use a lighter green. Just looking at what I've got that could work. I was quite thinking I was going to go olive, so I might grab the olive green, which is, I've got to find it, I need to, olive green scorpion. I need to look at the name as well because it helps me find it. There we go. Because my pencils vary a lot because they're all bought at different times. Some of them have got dipped ends, some of them haven't. and things like that, so it helps me to find them. So now with this olive green, I'm going to go over the whole stem again, because I don't quite think the grass green is going to blend in too well without me going over it, because now it looks a bit yellower. It's going to work. I just want it quite light here. I'm still going to go even lighter on the tip. Excuse me, I'm hoarse. No reason. I've just had a coffee. I think it's, I don't know. I put some oat milk in it, and sometimes it's a bit, does that to me. I don't know why. Anyway, I think it's to do with the consistency of it, how thick it is. Probably put thickeners in it, I would imagine. I don't like drinking plant milks really, in the sense that they're so artificial processed, but because I can't have dairy, I sort of tend to have plant milk because it gives me some protein. I think I'm going to go for the apple, which is a Monarch colour. Where are my Monarchs? Is it that one? That's poison. That's iceberg. Is it across there? No, sorry. Oh, I think I found the right section. Washed green, no. I might have to look at the ends. There it is. Yeah, I should look at the end. Here it is, apple. And this is going to be our tip. You can see I've barely used this. I haven't even sharpened it yet. But I'm going to, again, go over the whole thing. I think it helps to, we sort of then eliminate some of the white paper, and it gives a more blended look, sort of smoother blended look. I am going to sharpen this though. Now, which sharpeners are best for Black Widow? I wondered this myself. I use my my Stedler Norris normal barrel sharpener, but I wonder whether a hand crank might be better for them really. I don't know, but they're so noisy in a video, you know, like an electric sharpener or anything like that as well is probably good, but yeah, noisy. But that's sharpened up quite nicely. I like this now. We've got a sort of yellowy look to our green, which is my favourite shades of green. I don't know whether it's very summery, but does it really matter? Yeah. There we go. I can do that stem now. Just in this summery one. There we go. Now I'm going to just sweep that off. Now this flower, now we've got this sort of olives. So I always feel that yellows and oranges go best with olives. So I'm going to turn to that section of my pencil case. We don't have a massive amount of yellows and oranges, not compared to our choice of greens and even our browns, because we've got a lot of sort of skin tony, peachy, you know, pale skin tony type shades, but I think I will grab this one. This is the Sunset, and it is from the Cobra set. I'm just going to sharpen it, and I'm going to use it. It's quite pale. I think I'm just going to use it for the centre. Excuse me, and go darker on our petals. There we go. What have we got here? We've got, yeah, let's use this one. Whoops, this is called Light Rust, and it's from the Dragon set. Okay, so I'll sharpen that up, and I'm going to ignore these little dots at present. I will do something with them later. What I'm going to do is just put intense colour there and less towards the tip, like that. I can do that with each petal. I've got a bit of a normal week this week. Well, not so much today, although his husband's out when he's normally in on a Monday, but he's back at work this week, so it feels a bit more normal. Well, it will do. Although I'm out on one day this week, going to my mum's, which will be nice. My sister's visiting this week. It's not really dark enough for my liking near the centre. It looks very similar to the colour of the centre. So once I've done this, I'm going to grab a darker colour and do some work in the middle to darken it up a little bit. Yeah, so that'll be nice. She's going to bring her boys as well, and she's got 2 boys who are younger than mine, and her girls are going to meet us there as well, so it'll be quite the group. Should be rather nice. Oh, I've got toothache today. My jaw's aching now. It's I took some pills for it as well. This is pumpkin, which I'm going to use for the centre. I don't think it's like proper toothache, like decay, you know, that sort of toothache. I do have the dentist next week, so I can get that checked out. But I think it's sinus, because I had some sinus pain the other day in my cheekbones, you know, and now I've got it in my mouth and it seems to be moving around. I assume toothache doesn't do that. I don't really know, I've never had it before. Not like decaying toothache type toothache. And I am going to use the egg yolk, which is from the Black Widow spider set, to just go over the tips of the flower, just to brighten it a little bit. I'm still not happy with these shades of colour. I'm hoping this might make it look a little bit paler on the tip and help. That's nice. I like that. So yeah, it's a bit sore, but my whole mouth was sore last week. It was really weird. I'd had my son's cold and got over that, and I was doing a lot of mouth breathing, I think, because of having a blocked nose. And I'm going to do these flowers in sort of violets. I think it goes really nicely with orange. I always think. My son thinks that's vile, and how can I even say that? But I like it. What do we have? I'm trying to find those colours. Do we have the... what's that one? Eggplant. What's eggplant? Oh yeah, eggplant. That's perfect. Oh. There we go, eggplant. And my mouth was all sore. My tongue, my throat, my gums, really, really sore. I didn't really know what was going on. It felt rather like when I had an ulcerated throat and tongue once before. So, but it's loads better now. I've just got this toothache. And it's sort of always in my canines. That's where I always get it when I have sinus pain. And it's sort of, at the moment it's at the top right. This morning it was at the bottom right. The other day it was on the left. It's very old. I'm sure normal toothache doesn't move around your mouth. I took some painkillers, but it's still there, which is a bit annoying. But hey ho. As I say, it's good that I'm going to the dentist soon. I'll tell them, get them to check it out. But I don't think it's that sort of thing. But we'll see. As I say, because I've never had toothache, I don't know what it's like. My sister's husband has been getting it really badly, proper toothache from, you know, decaying teeth. Unfortunately, he has got a sort of phobia about dentists, and so he hasn't been for a long time, and he was avoiding and avoiding and avoiding, which I can quite understand. If you've got a phobia, I've got them too, not about dentists but about other things, and you don't want to face up to it, you know. This is the pastel purple from the Scorpion set. I'm going to do the tips with this. I think I might have to get that dark colour out and blend them. Look, that's rubbish. I will blend it in a minute. Let's just go with it. And so yeah, I can quite understand it. And then it's got so bad that he needs to have teeth taken out, sadly. It's, yeah, I feel sorry for him and for her. She was like, he's in so much pain, I don't know what to do. You know, in the end he went to an emergency dentist and had a temporary filling but he was not in a good way. You know, sort of panic attacks and things like that. This is the eggplant again. We're going to make this work. looks. What I'm going to do is go over the bit I've done already, but then gently put a little bit towards the tip of our petal, like that, and then we're going to go over with another bit that we're going to go over with that lighter colour again after, and it should hopefully sort of help to blend it all together. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that first layer, but it gives you an idea of how to, if you do something like this and you're not keen, how you can get around it. So that's all good. We learn from our mistakes. Oh, I'm cold. I went out this morning and my son was like, I said to boys, you've got to come out, you know, we're out of the house for ages. Right, back with our pastel purple. What I'm going to do now is just put quite a thick layer over everything. I said, you've got to come out for a walk. And it was raining, but it's forecast for more chance of rain this afternoon, which is a shame because my husband's out. Well, where he is, it might not be raining, but he's unfortunately got to go to his uncle's funeral. His uncle was 81, maybe 80 plus, and he had quite a lot of health issues, really, which was quite sad. He was a very interesting chap in that he had such a dry sense of humour that a lot of people just didn't get him at all. But I've got a dry sense of humour, I think, as well. So I really got him and he was hilarious. But a lot of people didn't realise that he was joking, and I used to giggle. We got a black widow, black widow. I'm going to do the centre of these in a bit of black. So I thought he was funny. But yeah, other people didn't quite get it. But I hadn't met him that many times. But husband wasn't like terribly upset about it. You know, obviously it's sad, but he, you know, he was a bit nervous, really. He'd be seeing family that some of which he hasn't seen since his mother's funeral. So it would be nice for him to sort of meet them. Where am I going next? I want some sort of bluey greens. I know these are a bit dark. We'll put some white on them in a bit. So I think I'm going to go for the Wizard, which is a dragon pencil. Is that it? Yeah. Oops. Here he is. Wizard. I like that name. It's very cool. Yeah, so he always gets nervous about these things, but I think going on his own helps him in a way because he can take his time to get ready. He can drive. He can stop off. He needs a little rest to have a think or a breathe, or you know, nip to the toilets or whatever it might be on the way, and he can just leave when he's ready and that sort of thing. And I know that once he gets there, he'll actually, I think he'll enjoy it. I mean, not the service and that sort of thing, but when he actually chats to his cousins and things like that, I think he's going to enjoy that. One of his cousins is an artist. Oh, there we go. She used to be a fashion designer. I don't know if she went to university doing fashion. I can't remember. But she's worked for two big fashion designers, Victoria Beckham. She worked for doing accessories. And then she worked for another one after, but I can't remember who it was. But now she's sort of set up on her own. She was going to do her own fashion design, but it looks like she's gone a little bit differently now, and she's doing sort of retreats with yoga and art, which sounds but like abroad, and also doing I'm trying to find a light green that's going to work with this. I think the everglade or the emerald will work. I'm just going to see. Oh, there's the everglade. I'm going to use that. This is from the original Black Widow set, the Everglade. And I'm just going to cover the whole thing really. I think it will blend it up together. But she does sort of painting, and her people in her paintings are like the sort of long thin figures that you draw when you do fashion design. And it was all, they were very interesting. And they were sort of moving. She managed to get such a lot of movement in her pictures. I thought they were fabulous. So he's going to have lots of fun chatting to her. She's quite young compared to him. It's interesting because she's got two older sisters, and then she's got who are much older, and then a brother who's about the same age as her. Now, I was going to cut this video into quite small little chunks, so I feel that this might be enough for today. Just this little bit. We're just going to work through this slowly, doing little bits and pieces. I think it'll be a nice sort of morning video, just a little bit to get you going, to get me going as well, and then you know, we'll slowly get it done. So let's come out and show you so far. It's only a little bit, but it is quite vibrant, I think. There we go. So just whoop. Let's try and line it up with the lines on my camera. There we go. So I did say I was going to put some white on those purple flowers, which I haven't done yet. I think what I'll do is I might just leave it all until the end, because I'm going to record my next instalment right away. I might end up otherwise smudging it, which is always not ideal. So there we are. I hope that you have a really super day. Thank you so much for watching. As I say, do look in the description. You can find the link to the free swatch chart and any comparison charts and things like that if you need them, and also to the materials if you want to buy anything. All my affiliate links are there. So thank you again, and have a super day. Happy colouring!